live. No, not this time. Start streaming onto Rumble. All right, start the music. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to The Edge of Disclosure, aka ThEoD. This show is about looking up into the skies, thinking about the surroundings, understanding there's always something new to know. We talk about UFOlogy, paranormal happenings, conspiracies, science, and technology updates every week on Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. For links to these sources, and music, and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar of the description below, and all links gathered throughout the show will appear post-live stream as per usual. Anyway, I am Xander, and I'm joined by...
Golden Loon.
Yep, and of course, you viewer are you. Thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate that. Anyway, today is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, December 30th, 2023, the last ThEoD of the year.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, so, you know...
2024, knocking on the door.
Yeah, hey, look at that.
Oh, I rhymed.
Yeah.
How about that? I'm a rhymer.
Wow. Yeah, you're a poet. You don't even know it. So
Rhyming in time.
Yeah. But let me switch this to live chat so I don't have a digs moment.
As opposed to dead chat.
Well, dead chat is not good at all either, so yeah.
They don't say much.
No. So... Anyway, what topics do we have? Well, here's something a little bit paranormal right now. So I just have this one video. It's a little comical video. So, it's about, facial recognition and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, this is a gender man, age 18 to 23, expression normal. So he's just testing
Saya
out.
senang seperti ini, dia akan muncul di bawahnya jadi happy. Dan ketika saya marah, dia akan muncul di bawahnya angry. Dan juga ketika saya sedih seperti ini, dia akan menunjukkan bahwasanya saya sedang sedih.
Not only does it recognize you, but it knows. Oh, what's that? Gender woman, age 560 to 565, expression angry. Uh-oh. It caught a ghost. Shock. So yeah, just decided.
Dust her off, shall we say that?
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't want something like that happening. Oh God, there's a spirit behind me or something.
No.
So now we have this from Noah, which he can't join today because of
commitments.
Yeah. Let's say that. But the Hollow Earth theory. Are you familiar with this?
The only hollow I'm familiar with is the moon, not the Earth. So lay it on me.
So the hollow Earth is a concept proposing that the planet Earth is entirely hollow or contains some substantial interior space, like interior caves, caverns,
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it does, but they believe that it's big enough for, entire civilizations or an entire world to be there. That's where, one theory of where, all the Bigfoot and stuff are. They're in the hollow Earth, or where all the reptilians,
UFOs dive into the ocean,
That too.
That's the portal.
Yeah.
I get that.
Which then they become USOs, unidentified submerged objects. So, But anyway, it continues on. Notably suggested by Edmund Halley in the late 17th century, the notion was disproven, first tentatively by Pierce Brogger in 1740, then definitively by Charles Hutton in his Sheatham experiment around 1774. Well, as we all know, what we know in science doesn't necessarily mean it's true, So all of this disproven and definitively disproven. Well, has it been, or is this just what we're acknowledging? So that's where this whole theory. I believe to some degree that this might be true. It
has a possibility. It has legitimate possibility. I don't think I buy into it, but it could be. I'll leave it in that category. More than absolutely not, but. You can think about it.
Yeah.
I think it's more than that, but
Well, there was one thing I heard a long time ago, and I don't know how true. It sounds ridiculous, but as we know about the Germans during World War II, they had the V2 rock or the V1s, the V2s, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what they initially were doing, now as we know, they were actually using it to lob, because that's what a missile is. It's just a lob, Yeah. But some people were saying that they were developing that because they believed that the stars in the sky, we were inside the hollow Earth. We are the hollow Earth, and they believed the stars on the other side was the U.S. So they were just shooting directly into space to hit us. Yeah. So instead of being on the outside, we're on the in. So we are the hollow Earth. But that's I think that's ridiculous.
There's a thing that looking into a prism of what do you call it? where you can look in and there's all kinds of stars and stuff in there. Are we in one of those
A prism.
that and we are just a piece of it?
Yeah.
And so there's all kinds of theories like that. And I'm not explaining myself well. I never
Well, a very a pop culture reference to what you're saying, I believe, would be in the movie The Core, when they found those large pockets of nothing, and they were just big. They had those crystals inside of them and all that stuff inside the mantle. So, that would be a visual representation of what you're talking about.
Men in Black could be a better one, where they found a piece of jewelry and it was a whole universe.
Well, that's a whole another thing. Like,
Well, that's what I'm referring to.
Oh.
We'd be part of some other greater universe that we're encompassed in.
Yes. Okay. But it continues on here. The concept of a hollow earth still recurs in folklore and as premise to subterranean fiction, a subgenre of adventure fiction. Hollow earth also recurs in conspiracy theories such as the underground kingdom of Agartha, as is often said to be, often said to be inhabited by mythological figures or political leaders. Like, as I said, that's where the Bigfoot, really reside. That's why we don't see them in the jungles or the forests or whatever, because they're underground. Or the reptilians, the shapeshifters, all that stuff,
It'd be hard to come out and survive on the outer edge of the planet and live in the core of the planet.
Unless you can shift your shape. Unless you're a shapeshifter and you can change your body at will to the environment.
But that's a heck of a change.
Well, skinwalkers, Native American folklore. So, you're aware of that?
Not really, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, let me bring this up. What are skinwalkers? Skinwalker. So, in Navajo culture, skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal or another creature or human. The term is never used for healers. So, they're their own version of shapeshifters. And in changing their shape and changing the dynamics of their physical structure, because if you're something of energy and you can control a form, then you can be in any environment, underwater, in the air, in the mantle, in space. It's limited to your abilities. But if you can change your physical structure,
that is dimensionally entirely different than what we are.
No. Well, yeah. Like, if you can go, we can't shift our shape. We can use makeup, we can use surgery, but these are beings that, on a will, in their own control, they could change themselves to look like or act like whatever and acclimate to that environment. So something from the Hollow Earth, base product like us, would not survive out here. But look at tardigrades. They're not a shapeshifter, but they can survive the vacuum of space.
But you're going far beyond a shapeshifter when you're talking about changing whatever you need to change to be able to survive on the crust as opposed to survive down in the inner part.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's way more than a shapeshifter. That's changing pressures, changing everything.
That coincides with your shapeshifting.
Okay.
Because if you're changing yourself not to look like a dog, you're not just looking like a dog, but you're being a dog. Like you have its skin, you have its organs, whatever. But you're still it's a puppet, essentially.
But you're not a dog.
Well, that's an example.
Yeah.
You're not a dog, but you still have the attributes of one. For example, But I mean, like, because a lot of these, you can call them like skinwalkers. Weddingos, I believe, is what I'm about to reference here. Weddingos have the ability to mimic voices and everything. And that's how they lure people in. They pretend to be your friend or your daughter or whoever it is that with you or whatever. If you're looking for somebody lost in the woods, and then they get you.
Well, my point being, it'd be hard to believe that anybody living in the core would be anywhere near us, because I don't think they'd have to rely
on the base physical level, unless they're a shapeshifter.
They couldn't rely on oxygen or anything like that. It'd just be so different. I don't see how they can get on the crust. Shapeshifter's got to be way beyond that.
Oh, well, I mean, you're talking about magic to change your shape. So why?
Shape is one thing, but change your being to exist on the environment. That's like you can go into outer space and be fine up there without a suit or anything on.
That's what I said. There's an actual real animal called a tardigrade, and it can survive the vacuum of space. And that's not even a shapeshifter or anything like that. That's just a base level.
Okay.
So if something like that can happen in known science, then what can happen in unknown?
Well, we don't know.
Exactly. So
fair enough.
Skinwalker. Let's see.
And that's the fun of even thinking about stuff like that, because there's no way to know.
Exactly.
Just thinking of the multitude of different possibilities, it goes on endlessly.
Yes. So, moving on to another subject here. What really happened to the missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370?
Oh, is that the one that
Vanished.
went up?
What?
Go ahead, tell me which one that is.
What do you think?
I don't know. I believe it was the one that went out over the seas and just disappeared.
Yeah.
Suddenly?
Yeah. Now, there's a whole thing about this, and I'm actually going to have Noah talk about this. Actually, hold on a second. Jacob's saying, Wendigos, skinwalkers, they are more or less the same thing. Skinwalkers are heavily based upon the Native American legends of Wendigos. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, Peace, how you doing, man? You want to say hi to Peace?
Hey, what's up?
But no, like, there's this theory that he's been showing me and everything, and there's this like infrared, there's this video or something of like it's energy that's naked to that's invisible to the naked eye or something, but in an infrared spectrum you can see 3 orbs circling around the plane, and then it disappears. And they believe it's some kind of like, it can be time travel, it can be a wormhole, it can be a teleporter. That makes me think of the Philadelphia experiment. If I'm remembering that correctly, the name of it. So where they disappeared an entire ship.
Oh yeah.
Or something,
and
it transported somewhere, and then it came back.
Yeah.
So
during World War II or something.
I think it was 46, the Philadelphia, or 45. Hold on a second. Philadelphia experiment. Let's see here. What year was it? 55. So well after World War II.
Way after. Okay.
Yeah. So. But it's about the chronosphere, teleporting. Like I reference the chronosphere because that's from Red Alert. You get a unit that you can teleport things. So, hey, what's up, King? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Many things, dude. How are you?
I'm carving up some wood piece here and looking for something to listen to.
Nice. Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about, right now we're talking about the Philadelphia experiment in conjunction with the Malaysian Flight 370. Yeah.
I never made the connection there. Go back to the flight.
Well, like one of the possibilities of those orbs, in the infrared spectrum or whatever spectrum, and then the plane disappears. Could it have been teleported like the Philadelphia experiment? Was that a wormhole? Was that time travel? What was it? Like, all we know is the plane just gone. Like, no wreckage, no anything, which, isn't out of the ordinary. A lot of, other, things have just gone missing, like, especially in the Bermuda Triangle and the lesser-known Dragon Triangle on the polar opposite of the planet.
Yeah.
So, and then there's that whole thing about there being a crystal pyramid in the Bermuda Triangle, so, which we touched base on that when we were talking about the pyramid in Antarctica a couple episodes ago that you brought up.
I never heard of the crystal thing.
Yeah, there's a theory about there's like a crystal pyramid in the Bermuda Triangle, and it might have something to do with the theory of help me out here, Atlantis is being the center, yeah. Which I believe Atlantis is more than just a city; it was a worldwide thing, and that's a whole conversation and stuff. But what
yeah, because it's reported to be in so many different places. Right?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying, why does it have to be a city? Why couldn't it be an empire?
Yeah, and every continent has like their own myth on world flooding too. So.
Yeah, actually, hold on a second. Let me adjust. My audio output capture. I was just seeing things hit the red, so I hope the audio isn't breaking. Let me decrease this a little bit. Say something again, King.
Oh, I was saying that how. Every nation or religion, whatever you call it, has a flood myth or mythos to it.
Yeah, well, that's a flood, like Noah's flood and all that stuff and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's the Eye of the Sahara, the Rikak structure or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
There's Doggerland, which is the shallow area. To the east of the British Isles, which, they dredged, it's under like 30 meters of ocean or something, but they dredged it a long time ago and they found artifacts of human civilization. So at one point it was above water,
Yeah.
So
it's true.
And tectonic shifts and all that stuff, plating and all that whatnot. So, I believe, that, all the theories are true and they are all connected into one empire. It's not just one city of Atlantis. It's a whole worldwide thing. Pete's here just posted a comment. MH370 most likely was shot down over the worst Korea. If I recall correctly, the flight path was directly over that country at a time of elevated aggression from rocket. Why the hell would you even fly over there? You know, over North Korea. That's just you know, like.
There's a lot of theories of what happened to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me add this link here and everything. So, flight, what was it? Malaysia plane vanish. I'll just add that here. Let's see here. We have a Twitter thing here from Noah. Joe Rogan recently discussed how he thinks the UAP phenomenon is obfuscating for the advanced technology the military has produced. Quote, the government probably has in its possession some new form of propulsion that it utilizes for drones that is insane, sophisticated, and above and beyond what we think is currently available. Some gravity-based propulsion system. Wow. So, like, harnessing gravity, like, kind of like how the ships work in the Matrix. You know, the anti-gravity utilizing... Like, if you can tap into the Earth's geomagnetic spectrum, you know... as well as, you know, frequencies, then you can pilot a craft in zero gravity within an environment. If that makes any sense.
It does. Yeah, it definitely it does, or at least the possibility of it does. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, let's see. This is a minute here, so let me bigger
this. Is my theory. I think
let's watch this entire thing.
If they can develop some new propulsion system, and I think this is my theory. I think that's what all this UAP shit is all about. You know,
what's UAP?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Gotcha.
It's the new way of saying UFO.
Gotcha.
When you're hearing all these disclosure talks and all this stuff, I think two things are happening simultaneously. I think it's highly likely that there is intelligent life that's aware of us from somewhere else, and I bet they visited, and I would if I was them. I also think that the government probably has in its possession some new form of propulsion that it uses for drones that is insanely sophisticated and above and beyond what we think is currently available. Some gravity-based propulsion system. And that's what a lot of these pilots are seeing. That's why these things move in ways that no one has ever seen before. That's why they can go into the ocean. That's why they can shoot through the sky. I think there's some kind of wacky drone that we've developed.
And this coincides directly with my rant the other day about, you know, imagine
if they can develop some new propulsion system.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I just said
Yeah.
We're talking about your.
Yeah, how long did they wait to give us the ARPANET? You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, isn't the ARPANET like the predecessor to the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're talking. They were talking about that over there in Shenny's stream for a while, like, you know, well, because. One of our own, you know, Mighty Meat?
Yeah.
His YouTube channel got deleted last night.
What?
Yeah, they nuked it from orbit. No strikes, no warnings. Just one moment it was there, the next it wasn't. No, just gone. Like, so. Yeah. And, like, you know, he talked about some things that were non-YouTube friendly and all this stuff, and he kind of had a callous attitude, to be honest. Sure. But, I mean, like, you know... Like, what a world we live in today, you know, where you got to step on eggshells just to talk online, you know, but see, like, anyway, I don't want to get into that whole discussion.
Well, you have to talk on eggshells. If you're telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who decides who's telling the truth?
They don't have to walk on eggshells.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, to get to the point I was making, like, they were talking about here in Shenny and Digga's stream here, so, you know, please go subscribe to both of them, Shenny and Digga. I know Shenny's an affiliate with Omni Coalition, Digga not yet, but yeah, they're already on the link tree, you know, and in the underbar and all that stuff, so yeah, go check them out. But like, as I said, I brought that up because they were talking about, like, you know, blah blah, hey, you know, how the system is abusing and everything. I'm like, you know, how the internet used to be free. I'm like, no, the internet has always been under the control of the military-industrial complex. They've only given us the freedom to literally given from, and now they're clamping down, you know.
Yeah,
like they made it, they allowed society to incorporate
it
into our everyday lives, and then now that we are completely and totally relying on it, that's when they pull the leash, you know.
Of course,
it was all a trap.
It was.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, getting back to this, propulsion system and stuff, as I said, it coincides with, what I was saying about, like, developing, crafts that can, operate in multiple environments, theaters of war, like no longer just, okay, we have planes for this, we have boats for this, we have spacecraft. No, we need something that can operate within every atmosphere, because eventually somebody will do it. And then by extension, now we need to also work on munitions. If you launch a missile in the air and your target goes underwater, it has to follow it too. And even lasers operate differently,
Yeah.
So
add to your point, they denied the existence of that flat black jet, whatever it's called, for years.
Yeah.
Of the what?
That flat black jet.
Oh, the SR-71, or you talking
I
about
don't
the
know,
stealth
man.
bomber or whatever?
They denied the existence of it for
Oh, they
years.
both were stealth. The SR-71 was stealth too. It's the construction, the flat, to reflect, minimize radar section,
right.
like whatever. So, but yeah, the stealth bomber, stealth fighter, and the SR-71, 72 spycraft. So yeah.
And the crazy
They
thing is,
denied
8
that for
years
years.
ago,
The flying wing
radar was just a technology just discovered.
Yeah, and do you know that radar is an acronym?
For
Yeah,
radio
I forget
detection
what's
and
for.
range. They're using radio to detect things and how far or close it is.
Okay.
So
yeah, the flying wings, an unusual story. Why it disappeared?
Yeah.
And destroyed all of them.
The F-117 is the one Pete thinks that you're saying, King. F-117. Let's look that up here. The F-117. Lockheed.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Images.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but there's a bomber and there is a fighter too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But and the munitions, within the bomber, it's astronomical. Like what every plane is capable of holding. Like what is this? This is a diagram here. Let's see here. So it's just showing the inside, how it works a little bit. So, but yeah, stealth technology is, really remarkable. But that's why I'm saying, to continue on with that, we're seeing all these videos and a lot of disclosure is coming out. I'll get to you in a minute, Pete. All this disclosure is coming out and everything about these UFOs, UAPs, USOs, whatever you want to call them, how you want to. Something is going on, and I'm thinking maybe it actually is human craft, and we're thinking it's extraterrestrial, alien, time traveling, interdimensional, what have you. And it's the same thing as what we thought about the SR-71 30 years ago. We thought that was a UFO, but now we know what it is.
Anything you don't understand is either a UFO or magic or whatever the case may be. If you don't understand it, it's something beyond the realm of norm. Doesn't mean it's not normal. It just means you don't understand it.
Yeah, and it says here, Pete says the SR-71 was not known about until its declassification due to the altitude it flew at. That makes sense. It was not visible to the naked eye like the 117. Yeah, because it's a spy plane, it's way up there.
Yeah.
And actually, what's really crazy about the SR-71, and probably the SR-72 too, but it travels at such a high speed, we're talking Mach 5, 6, 7, whatever, 10,000 plus miles per hour, that it literally, on the ground in normal atmosphere, not moving, when you fill it up, it actually starts leaking fuel because at its speed, it compresses. It's traveling so fast that it compresses.
I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say, King?
No, it's just green.
Yeah, so let me add this here. What were they talking about? Gravitational propulsion. God, we're getting fancy with our words here.
I'll tell you what concerns me with this technology, and if any of this is true that you're talking about, drones and so forth, if that technology is at all real, my concern is the morality of man going to keep up with that technology?
You won't like my answer.
No, I wasn't looking for an answer.
For a famous quote from a great movie and a book, actually, your scientists were so preoccupied with the question of if they could, they didn't think about if they should.
Yeah.
More or less. That's
Great actor too.
Yeah. What was his name again?
I don't know.
Yeah. Pete says here Mach 3.2 he thinks it was. Well, that's the declassified speed. Also, due to the Soviet Union being the largest explorer of titanium back in the 60s, we built a plane we used to spy on them with the materials we bought from them. Oh my god! So we used the materials we bought from Russia to spy on Russia. That is hilarious. Oh my god, I did not know that, Pete. That is hilarious. Oh my god. Wow.
Now we're doing that with China with heavy metals.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting them from them, and good luck.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on up, what is this? Remember at Seoul, I don't know what Seoul is, he said that Brandon, admin, was not in favor for disclosure. This doesn't sound good. Why point it out unless planned and using? So these are all links, because Noah is a Twitter rat. He lives, breathes, and eats, sleeps Twitter, you know, among other things. So, like, I don't really know what he wants with this. This is something to do with disclosure and legal documents and all that stuff, rigmarole. So, like, I'll just add this into, like, I don't know, random link. I don't know what to call this. I have no idea. So, do you have anything to say about this, King? Like, before we go on to the next one?
Oh no, go ahead.
All right. Let's see here. This is more involving this. Biden signed into law the FY 2024 National Defense Authorization Act. In a formal signing statement, the president listed one of the act's UAP-related provisions, Section 1687, as among several provisions that would require submission of, quote, highly sensitive classified information, end quote, to Congress, and said that the administration will presume a right to comply with these provisions in a manner not specified that it believes protects national security. The pertinent portion of the signing statement appears below. And I'll just add the rest of this. I'll just add this link here as well. Do you want me to keep reading for more context, or like, because there's a lot of stuff here Noah has posted.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. Like, as I said, he's a Twitter rat. He looks into all of this stuff, and like, he's deep into this. Like, he has, there's a follower limit for free users of Twitter, because Musk is trying to turn Twitter into a paid subscription platform across the board. Okay. Right now, he's trying to incentivize people into the paid platform, because there still is a free platform, but you're limited to how many people you can follow or something. Like, I don't know the exact. So what did Noah do? Created another account, start following more people. He reached the max, so he,
Got another account.
Yeah. I mean, and oh my god, the amount of tabs he has open on his browser is just mind-boggling. So yeah, there's this. What else do we got here? Let me unfortunately delete these. As I told Noah, what. So what is this? This is alien bodies. So this is they discovered, and this contains if it loads a picture. It's rather gory, and I'm not going to show it on the stream here. Why won't it load? Come on. But an alien body with some of the guts hanging out and everything, and it looks real. But Hollywood magic exists, and you can make something look so real. Sure. So, but for whatever reason, this Reddit is not showing up. Oh, here we go. Finally. This says. They claim they got it off the dark web, and then they quickly deleted it. That's all this guy knows on the post. So this is just some Reddit thing. And on top of being a Twitter rat, Noah is on Reddit a lot. So alien body Reddit. Let me just add this here. I know we're skimming through these things. And I'm sorry to the viewers and whatnot. But UFOlogy and all this stuff is an intrigue of mine, but I'm not nearly as into it as some people are, obviously, like Noah. It's like he's in it. Well,
that's who you need to comment.
Well, unfortunately, because of his...
No, I got it.
Yeah, so... But once he gets out of his... Oh, a Twitter link, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Well then. That's suspicious. One of Noah's submissions, it's gone. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of that. I'm gonna keep this.
Free speech, my ass, Elon.
I know, right? Well, hold on a second. Link is dead. So let me just notify him of that. So that way. Okay, so what is this? let's see here. Catastrophic alien scientist disclosure Christmas party 2023. Okay, so this is a whole stream. So I'm just gonna add, alien disclosure stream. If anybody wants to watch this, it's 4 hours long. I ain't gonna watch this. So, but if anybody wants to watch this, I'm just gonna toss that in there. So let's see here. What else do we have? Let me delete that. Give me a moment. Bear with me. I'm just going through, cleaning all this up. All right. So let's see here. We have another Twitter thing here. According to this screenshot of a slide, allegedly from ex-CIA intelligence analyst John Ramirez, we're in the UFO disclosure end zone, to borrow Chris Millen's poignant words. So this is even more disclosure and such. So I'm just going to add this link in raw. I'm tired of making titles up for things I have no clue about. So let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. Delete that.
Said yep.
Oh, wait. No, that's not what I wanted. Delete message, not speak message. Okay, so what is this? This is from the CIA. CIA.gov, directly from the source. So this is the best available copy. So let me bigger this. This is just a picture of stuff. Probably more disclosure things. So I have no clue what this is. So I'm just gonna, just throw this into the underbar section too.
What do you got in there? Comment on. Intelligent conversation.
Well, let me see here. There's some underline here. Reports also allege close relationship. Okay, so team station has obtained written reports, not yet confirmed, linking Federico Schwend with Hong businessmen of German origin who possibly identified to redacted. Reports also allege close relationship between Schwend, prominent Myro Quasia family in Lima. I'm not getting anything out of this. This is just a whole... Yeah, as I said, because Noah, he's incredibly excitable. As soon as you mention UFOlogy, he's like, oh my god, do you know about this? Here's a link, here's a link. Did you hear about this? Here's a link, here's a link. Oh my god, do you hear about it? Look. Are you looking? Are you looking? Oh, look. Are you looking? Are you looking?
He's passionate.
Yeah, it's great. But, slow down, take a breath, have some dip. All right? So...
What else we got?
Yeah, so let me delete this here. Now, what is this? Did I add this to the underbar section as well? Yes, I did. So let me get rid of this. Keep this. Here's more Reddit. Picture below, allegedly an ex-CIA intelligence analyst would like you to believe that disclosure is coming and has been coming in phases, and that phase 5 is also the beginning of dissemination of global disclosure that will begin in early 2024, with phases 1 through 4 already completed. And Noah was talking about this already. He believes, and this is his prediction, that we're going to be entering phase 5. Well, we are entering phase 5. And it's going to happen in early 2024. He believes by mid to late February. So,
what does phase 5 mean?
Well, I'm going to get to that. So, phases of disclosure. Phase 1, gather and preserve intelligence, reporting, and documentary evidence. Phase 2, identify current and former personnel who have or had direct access to intelligence reporting and knowledge of documentary evidence. Phase 3, gather and preserve testimonies and eyewitness accounts for the record. Phase 4, prepare testimonies and eyewitness accounts for release. Phase 5, release testimonies and eyewitness accounts for global dissemination. And phase 1 through 4 is completed. Phase 5 in early 2024. So that's why he says potentially, mid to late February. That is early 2024. And this coincides with Project Blue Beam, I believe, which is a false flag whole thing. Not a false flag attack, but it's a global thing to utilize all of these drones, all of this technology, the holographs and all this stuff, people going back to the whole, one of the theories involving 9/11, about the planes being a hologram. That's one theory, that they've perfected all of these hologram technologies and they're going to use it to create a worldwide event to make it seem like we're under attack by an alien invasion, to enact martial law, and now they got us, not just in a country, but in the world. This is the final piece.
It's a hell of a stretch.
Well, look at how everything's playing out around you, and it's easy to look back and be like, oh yeah, this led to that and everything. But once you look back, you start putting everything together, and you look at what's happening now, and start just thinking, to me it's scary. So.
Well, what you're saying is.
Yeah, and once you Once
Yeah.
you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Just a word of warning. Just a word of warning for people out there. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So
Yeah.
there's no going back.
And believe me, there's been plenty of things I've seen that I wish I never saw. You know?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah, tell me.
Do you have anything to add, King? Like, I've just been kind of rambling off. Like, do you want, let's have a chat session for a little bit. You know? Like, what are your thoughts about UFOlogy? Like, what are your stands? What are your beliefs? And all that stuff.
Well,
That's a hell of a question.
I think if it's not us, I think it's either they're hiding really close, or it's some kind of cloaking or parallel dimension thing, and they're hidden right here,
Yeah.
or in like the ocean, or hollow earth, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's why I say, extraterrestrials, time travelers, interdimensional beings, angels, demons, things from a parallel dimension, things from another dimension. There's so many options, We know something's happening, we just don't know what. So, yeah. But yeah, like, it's just, it can drive a man crazy, the more they think about it.
It can also swing all the way to the other side because we don't understand. It could be as simple as balls of energy created. I don't know how it would be, but let's
like
just
ball
assume it
lightning.
can be. Energy created that looks like it's matter, but it's not. So therefore, it can dive into the seas. It can split and change directions in a nanosecond and be gone. And it could be but it could be very natural in nature.
Yeah.
We just don't understand it. So it has that spectrum too. It goes from
But see,
there
here's
to
the thing: if it is a non-physical thing, if it's purely visual, it wouldn't make a splash when it goes into the water.
Well, it sure could if it's
If it's non-physical,
If it's
energy,
energy.
no, energy doesn't interact with the world that way, like that.
Well, okay.
I think I don't know.
I'm just throwing. We know energy can make atomic bombs when you release it. Splitting the atom.
Yeah,
that's energy.
Well, that's.
I'm just saying that if it's something other than the unknown, it could also be very natural and unknown.
Well, what I'm saying is, does a lightning bolt make a splash when it strikes the ocean?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're taking the unknown.
Yeah.
And I'm just using energy as a word of description of some kind of different energy that we don't understand.
True.
It could be that simple. And I'm going very simplistic to the crazy way out on the other side. There's somewhere in the middle, something's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, continuing on here, we have another Reddit post. Pictured below, allegedly an ex-CIA intelligence analyst would like you to believe that disclosure is... Actually, didn't we already... Yeah, we just did this. Yeah. So, hold on a second. Let me find another link. Let me delete that. Is this the same one? No, this is a different. Okay. Well, this is more of this disclosure and such. So let me just add this link in here. More phases of disclosure. As I said, NOAA just did a research dump in this channel hard. So, but this is more stuff on disclosure. Where we're at. If there is a whole thing going on, which there definitely is. So, who is Jim Scantlin and why is he important? So this is all just This show is just to get people intrigued and go figure things out on their own. We're just a fire starter.
Well, the beauty of it is it creates questions. That's the beauty of it. There is no answer. We don't understand.
Here's some more disclosure stuff. So let me add this in the underbar. So, yeah. SOL conference this weekend plus disclosure proposal linked. So the Soul conference, check it out yourself, stuff like that. Do you want to look at any links on your side, King? Because I've been slowly, deleting them from the channel. I can send them back to you.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. So let me delete that. Let me delete that. We're just so much stuff from NOAA. This is almost ridiculous. So what do we have here? Structural and electronic intricacies of CU-doped lead apatite. Implications for potential ambient pressure superconductivity. So we were talking about this.
Copper.
Yeah, copper. So we were talking about this, and I'm not sure if this is the same thing we were talking. Oh yeah, here we go. This is all the same things. So basically, like utilizing like a two-dimensional creation to like as an engine for I don't know if I'm even remembering what it was. Like we've had so much conversations.
I'd love to get a definition on what that really means. Or what they're trying to get at.
Well, let's see here.
I'm not on that level to understand it.
Well, let me read this entire paragraph, and this is probably going to go over all of our heads. The most recent discovery, the Cu-doped lead apatate LK99, is a proposed room temperature superconductor operating under ambient pressure. However, this discovery has brought a slew of conflicting results from different scientific programs. While some observed the absence of electrical resistance, others could not confirm any signs of superconductivity in LK99. Here, they investigate the structural electronic properties of LK99 and its antecedent compounds through quantum mechanics and QM-based molecular dynamics simulations. Their study elucidates the insulating nature of base compounds, whatever the hell all that is, spotlighting their large band gaps. Notably, Cu doping in LK99 disrupts its symmetry, yielding a distorted ground state crystal structure with a triclintic P1 symmetry and CuO4 square coordination. Such altercations predispose LK99 to exhibit semiconducting behaviors characterized by a flat band above the Fermi energy arising from Cu3D and O2p orbitals. In addition, the S doping sustains the triclintic P1 symmetry but leads to a significantly reduced band gap, with the band emerging primarily from Cu3D and S3p orbitals. These findings are important in understanding LK99's structural and electronic properties and provide a strategic compass for the development of high TC superconductors. So in layman's terms, we are on the precipice, if not already past. Well, it says here we have already passed room temperature superconduction for power generation, which is incredible.
Where's your cousin when you need him, who has a doctorate in crystal energy?
I know. Well, Noah was talking about crystalline radios earlier today during the history show, right? Like, he mentioned that. So this might be in correspondence with that. And I even told him my cousin, for his doctorate is working on crystalline energy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe I should send this to him. Let me add this. What was it? Room temp superconductor. So let me add that here. So, what are your thoughts, King, about that?
Sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, when you think about, like, conductors or electricity or anything like that, like, just, for what and everybody, most people would understand computers, okay? Gamers, they have liquid coolant. You want a higher output, so you stress the machine more, that generates heat, you got to cool it down. If you can stress the machine without generating heat, then you've unlocked a whole new thing.
Well, there's one little key thing, and 90% of it I didn't get, obviously. When they're talking about the lack of electrical resistance, that to me is just huge.
Yeah, you electroplate, so a little bit about this.
No, not of this dimension.
Not to this level, but you kind of get it.
Yeah.
So.
But trust me, the lack of electrical resistance would be enormous. And there's some doubt about it if it's even in there. But the fact that they're looking at that and some have found it, some haven't, look out.
Yeah.
Is it all true?
Yeah. I gotta get my cousin in here. Like I'm gonna call my aunt again today and just talk with her and see if I can try to do something. So, like, but yeah, we have 3 links involving all this and all that stuff, and I'm actually getting hungry. So like, let's have like a little just a spitball powwow for like a little bit, then we'll wrap up the show. I don't want to go and have a rumble section because, yeah. So.
Oh, I think enough said. I think it's all been pretty interesting. I don't know what else. I don't have anything to add.
Well, like there's here. Let me show you. Can you see this?
No.
No, here on this screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay?
There's something there.
Well, no, but okay. Look at all of this that Noah dumped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is all the stuff we haven't touched. I deleted. Yeah. And then we have the ThEoD section, the Rumble section, which has its own, things.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
Like you say, he's deep into it.
Yeah. So, any closing statements? Like King, do you have anything to say about anything, ufology, paranormal, science, technology, conspiracy? Do you have anything on the top of your head you'd like to talk about?
I don't know if I want to say if the aliens are going to come in and take over or destroy the planet. They need to just get it over with.
Yeah, aliens, stop pussyfooting around. Pull the trigger already. Like to make a move.
That or the rapture.
Yeah. Lord, take a move. Come on, do something. But yeah, I think we've had a pretty fulfilling show. Like, my brain kind of hurts right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah.
it looks hurt.
Well, don't I always look hurt to you? At least I don't look bad, as bad as you do.
It's painful to watch, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual.
Always.
I love you, Daddy. All right, so we're having a little bit of an early show today, so a short show. That shall conclude it. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. We're not just here on Rumble or YouTube. We are also on BitChute and Odyssey. Links to those, our social medias, and more are on our link tree. For your dose of weekly ufology, paranormal, conspiracy, science, technology, and such, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 12 noon Mountain. Not 12 noon Mountain. That's completely off. 4 Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows. We don't just do this every week. We have a history show we do almost every day at 11 in the morning. We have our news show, Notable Events, Weather, and Sports. We have ThEoD, this show that you just saw, Kicking the Peanut, coming tomorrow, at 3 p.m. So for all of our streams, if you're on the West Coast, it's 11 and 3 all for thee. Mountain, 12 and 4, watch us for more. Central, 1 and 5 for the Contrive. And East, 2 and 6 for your fix. For all of you and all of us, I have been Xander, and who have I been joined by?
King's Refuge.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Golden Loon.
Okay, and then King's Refuge.
Yeah, King's Refuge.
And of course, you viewer are you. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching our stuff. And until you catch us again, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles.
Deuces.
In the stream.